Yo, what's good, YouTube? Welcome back to Everything Women's College Basketball YouTube channel. I'm here to drop another banger for you guys. I told you guys I'm going to get these videos out to you the best that I can. But before I get started, I want to thank you guys so much for the support that you guys given me on my first couple videos. One of our videos have already reached 100 plus views, so that's big for me being a small channel. I just need you guys to keep liking, subscribing, and commenting and supporting me. Even share the video to people who love college basketball, women's college basketball. And we're just going to keep growing. We're just going to keep growing. Right now, I think we have 10 subscribers. So we got our own little mini basketball team going on. But the goal is to reach 20 subscribers. If we can get 20 subscribers, next time I talk to you guys, man, that'll be so appreciative and so big for this channel. But we're going to get straight into it. Today's video, I've done enough talking. Today's video is going to be about Ole Miss and why Ole Miss is my #1 off-season winner when it comes to the off-season. Let's jump right into it. So, Ole Miss finished their season 22-11. They were 6th in the SEC pool. They had a 10-6 record in the SEC conference. Heading into the March Madness tournament in their last 10 games, they were 7-3, which ultimately got them to the 5th seed in the tournament. They made a decent run in the tournament. They had a really big win against the 4th seed Baylor before they lost to UCLA. We all know how that game went in the Sweet 16. They ended up losing to UCLA 76-62. And really, when it comes to Ole Miss, I think this coming up season is their chance to really make that Elite Eight and Final Four run. Given that the SEC is more open than the previous years, we've known South Carolina to be super dominant. Texas have became a household name, and you got LSU, who's always in that Elite Eight run. They've made it to the championship as well. And then Tennessee has also been a sneaky team, but the way that this Ole Miss team has been constructed this offseason, I really think they do have a chance to make that Final Four push. Ole Miss has lost 7 players to the portal, 5 of their players to graduating in the WNBA. That leaves Coach Yalit with only 3 players. And I know some of you guys are probably like, you're not saying her name right. You're not saying her name right. Throughout this video, I'm probably just going to call her Coach Yo, okay? But that leaves Coach Yo with only 3 players, and one of those 3 players being a key pivotal piece to this Ole Miss team, which I'm very excited about, and that goes to Sarah Theo. Oh, my God, I watched her game last year, and I also rewatched some highlights to just get a refresher, and she's super talented, man, and I'm going to break down some things she brings to the game as well. But before I do that, I do want to give a quote, and it's not the full quote, but this is what Coach Yo had to say about her Ole Miss team and those who went into the portal. So here she said, "Next step for us is to be able to do the same in the portal because freshmen ain't doing it, and I'm just telling you." And when I first read this quote, and like I said, this is not the full quote, but when I first read this quote, I was like, man, this is just, it's insane that college has really come to this, that certain young core pieces aren't pivotal pieces anymore. You have to go get those big name stars. You have to go get those 5th-year seniors and those grad students to really make that Final Four push. And Coach Yo is basically letting it be known, hey, we don't need freshmen. We don't need sophomore. We need players who can help us win now. Diving right into one of the 3 returners for this Ole Miss team, we have Sarah Theo. Sarah averaged 10.5 points per game last year, 4.7 rebounds on 50% from the field. And she's only a freshman. Like I said, she's a dog. She's going to be one of those key players going into the future for this Ole Miss team. It's going to be really amazing to see how she puts her game together with the additional transfers that Ole Miss have brung in. Sarah is a really good floor spacer. She's able to knock down the 3 ball. And she plays a lot bigger than what she's listed. She's listed at 6 feet, but she's kind of like long and lanky. Kind of reminds me of, I put in my notes, a Madison Scott 2.0. And when I watched a lot of Ole Miss and the interviews and the press conferences, Madison Scott always gave her a lot of praise. They always seemed like they had a really good bond and a really good connection. And Sarah's game is just going to keep elevating as she gets to play with Cottie McMahon and Lattimore. And those are the next two key pivotal transfer pieces I'm going to jump right into. And we're going to start with Cottie McMahon. Cottie is an absolute dog. She's won plenty of games at Ohio State, plenty of accolades, plenty of accomplishments there. She's done so much for Ohio State. And it was just time for a different scenery for her, in my opinion. Even listening to some of her post-game interviews after the loss, it just seemed like she was pretty much done with Ohio State, pretty much done with her teammates, and she needed a new environment and a new scenery to work with. Cottie was the 7th-ranked portal player according to 247 Sports. She averaged 16.5 points per game last year on 13 attempts, 4.7 rebounds. Her three-point percentage took a massive jump this year. And given Ole Miss has a lack of spacing and not really good at shooting the three ball, I expect her threes to go up even more this year. She's good at scoring off ball screens. If you ever watch them play, a lot of the bigs or even a guard will set a screen for her, and then she'll get to the basket, and she'll use her size and her body to really finish at the rim. She has like this really good signature move that she likes to use. It's like a half spin fade that she does when she has like a smaller defender on her. And she's just an overall high basketball IQ player. Very skilled, very athletic, or sneaky athletic, I would say. And it's going to be really, really fun to see her in this offense with Sarah as well. And then next we have Lattimore. If you don't know who Latasha Lattimore is, please go check her out. She's an absolute dog. She was a top 15 transfer portal player. I'm surprised she wasn't a little bit higher, and it's probably due to the fact that she played at Virginia. She's not your traditional big. She's very twitchy, very versatile. Watching her play, she loves to play the wing. She loves to play the baseline. She's a really good cutter. She cleans the glass pretty well. Last year, she had 8.2 rebounds, a total of 253 boards. 75 of those boards were offensive rebounds. So it's always really good when you can have a big who can offensive rebound as well, or even like kind of tip the ball back out to someone and keep the play alive. She also averaged 2.2 blocks, which is pretty impressive. Much easy for her to get blocks. She's super tall and athletic. Ole Miss is going to need her size, though. They're going to need her size and her experience. Keep in mind that Lattimore played in the SEC before. She played at, I believe it was Texas. Yeah, she played at Texas. She also transferred to, or she played at Miami before it ended up at Virginia. So she's an experienced player. She's played a lot of basketball, which is always good. Something Coach Yo was looking for. And her players, as I mentioned from that quote. So, yeah, Lattimore is going to be an absolute dog. I can't wait to see her play. Probably one of my favorite players in the portal so far. And now I have two dark horses, Debreasha Poe and Caitlin Peterson. The reason for Poe being one of my dark horses is the addition to her and her shooting ability is going to help Ole Miss so much. It's going to open so much up for the floor. Like, they're adding so many pivotal pieces. I don't even think people realize how good Ole Miss will really be. Ole Miss typically didn't shoot a ton of threes last year, but Poe's special ability is pretty much shooting the three. She shot 40% from the three last year on 5+ attempts per game. So she'll give them that opportunity to spread the floor and stretch the floor. And then with Caitlin Peterson, guard coming out of UCF, very shifty, very small guard, but she averaged 21.4 points per game. She shot 40% from the field. Her assist numbers were a bit low, but I'm not really worried about that. She played on a bad team, so she kind of like did everything. She got hers. But one thing I love about her is she's super fast, so she's going to be able to get out in transition. She's going to be able to push the ball, find Lattimore, find Cottie, And she'll probably be a bench threat, though. I don't know. I don't know how the lineup will work, but I could see her coming off the bench and closing out halves as a starter, maybe. She played 35-plus minutes at UCF, so she's used to running and gunning, so I could see her being that type of player and a really good key bench player. The other three additions that Ole Miss added to their team was Denham DeShields, who came from Mississippi State as well with Poe. Then you have Jayla Murray, who came from Wichita State. And then you have Tiana Thompson from Georgia Tech. Jayla Murray is one of those names I want you guys to look out for. I think she can kind of crack the rotation. She averaged about 14 points last year at Wichita State. She can shoot the ball a little bit. She's kind of sort of a post player in a way. So she'll be one of those players who might crack the rotation. She might be able to get out there, check up some threes, and also, like I mentioned earlier in the video, space the floor just because Ole Miss wasn't that good of a three-point shooting team last year. But that's it. That's all I have today, guys. That's all I have today, guys. Thank you for clicking on this video. If you made it this far, this video was basically talking about Ole Miss and why I thought they were the #1 offseason winner based on all the additions they made and kind of what they are bringing back. So don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, comment, and share. And, if you're an Ole Miss fan, leave your thoughts down below and get ready for the next video. I do have some more videos dropping soon. I appreciate you guys. I'm out.